Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel with the Beck. Today I will be reviewing or testing out these Roseart ColorView cat. She wants to be on the desk. Hold on. Do you want to come up? Okay, she has abandoned that. Anyway, I'm going to be reviewing and testing out these Roseart ColorView liquid ink markers. And before I get started, I just want to say that I got these for $2 at a thrift store. They were in the grab bag section, and they were $2, but I did try to look them up and they are discontinued. So this is a discontinued product, and this is more just for my own curiosity. I figured I would make a video about these and bring awareness to the fact that you can find art supplies in the thrift store. And it's cheap enough that even if you don't like it, it's still worth it to try. So if you want to go to your thrift store, local thrift store, and see if there's any markers or anything like that. So these markers come with 8 colors. These are like the pretty much standard Roy G. Biv without the indigo, black and brown. And as I said before, they're made by Roseart, if you can read that. And these seem to be like marketed for coloring. Like it says lots of coloring fun. I'm not sure if they were made for like children's coloring or adult coloring books. Just a side note, I don't like the labeling of coloring books as adult coloring books unless there's literally explicit material in there, because I don't feel like we should distinguish one type of coloring from another, because it's just fun. It's coloring. I don't know. That's my opinion on it. So the other claims that this makes is that they're washable. So I will be doing a skin test where I'll draw straight onto my hand, wash them once and come back, wash them twice and come back until it leaves my hand. And it says they're non-toxic, which I don't have a way to test out, but I kind of trust that since it is a company for mainly children. Like Roseart is basically discount Crayola. And it also says that they won't dry out down here. So we're gonna test that out. I'm gonna leave it open for about 20 minutes, and I might leave it open longer. I don't know, it depends how much time I have today. So let's just get started and open them up. If you can see, the plastic is like yellow because I'm guessing that these are like several years old, because I did look them up. They're discontinued, but I don't know how long they've been discontinued for. Okay, hold on, I need scissors. Yeah, got it. Okay, I don't need to like break it open. We'll just get them out. And I'm shifting my paper everywhere. Okay, so is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them. So here's all of our colors. Get back here. Get back here. My big sleeves are getting in the way. So here's our set of colors. And yep, there's 8 of them. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of a swatch. Did you also notice how juicy the orange one was, and then the red one is like naked? It's like not working at all. Same with that one. Okay, so 5 out of the 8 were pretty much dried out, but I'm not too worried about that because the back of the box actually does say they won't dry out even if your caps are left off, as long as there's ink in the tank. Dip the tip in water and press it against paper for several seconds. So I'm going to try that now. I'm going to get my water here, and we'll start with the red one. I don't know how long you're supposed to leave it in, but that did start leaking ink into the water, so I'm guessing that's enough. You press it into the paper. It's kind of making it bead up if you move it. I'll put it in for a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm not sure if these are extra affected. I'm gonna actually put this facing downward like this in a cup. So hold on a second. So yeah, I'm just gonna put that face down because it was in this package long enough to yellow, and so it was stored upward like this, so the ink might have went down. So I'm gonna revive all of these, put them face down, and come back in 10 minutes and see if they're fully revived. And finally the black. Kind of looks like a blue black. Okay, so I'm gonna leave those in there for 20 minutes and I'll be back. And we're back. These have been sitting face down for 20 minutes. See if there's any improvement. Yep, that's definitely much better. I'm just gonna go through and swatch everything now that it's actually saturated. This one is still like really juicy. Like if you can see, it just destroyed itself, and I didn't even dip this one in water, so I'm not sure where that's from. That one's really dark. This is actually a really pretty color. I like this one a lot. And then finally the black. It's not like a true black color, but you know, for something that was discontinued and probably near the end of its shelf life, I think that's a pretty good color range. And then again, they are for coloring, so when you color, you don't necessarily use black a lot. Like black is something that I associate with line art and not filling in things. So what we're gonna do next is see if it colors in this cat coloring book. Let me clear out this space real quick. So I have this cat coloring book that my mom got me like years ago. Yeah, see, this was 2 years ago. So what we're gonna do is just see if these are useful for coloring, because they are described as coloring pens on the back of the case. So I'll try that now. Start with some green. So right off the bat, I noticed that they do the layering thing that most pretty low quality markers do. Like if you ever used a Copic marker, they don't layer like that. They lay down more smoothly. But let's see if I can get into any like little spaces with these. So yeah, the tip is fairly decent. It's not really tiny, but you can, with control, get into small spaces without too much difficulty. And I'm curious if these would work for brush lettering, because they have the same shape tip as like a Crayola super tip. So I'm just gonna test if they if they write well enough to be brush pens. I don't think they do, but I don't have that much experience with brush lettering. I know that you have to have like pretty good control to be able to use the Crayolas for that purpose, but this is my attempt at that. I wouldn't recommend these for that, but as coloring markers, I think they're okay. I definitely do think that they're marketed towards children, not adults, because they are pretty chunky of a design, and that could have something to do with like the fact that they are marketed as not drying out. That's probably because children forget to put the caps on the markers, and yeah, but these do, the cap does go on it pretty decently. Like you can hear it snap every time you put it together, so you know that it's closed. None of them seem to be like frayed right off the bat, like the tip doesn't seem to be frayed, but if you use it just a little bit, or if you do anything like the brush lettering up here, it does kind of start to fray. I'm not sure if you can see that, and I'll put it against the white background, but it gets kind of like pilly, like you know how when markers make the paper pill up, it kind of does that to itself. So I don't know, maybe these would be good for children's coloring, or like if you need to color code things, you could just highlight over them with these. But for $2, I'm not complaining. I didn't expect too much of them, again, because the package is yellow, so I'm pretty sure that these are several years old. But the concept is pretty cool. Like the fact that they've had liquid in it, like actual ink inside, instead of just like a tube of ink with like the foam in it. But yeah, so I would say pretty good for kids. If you can find them, I don't know, if you can find them for cheap like I did at the thrift store, I would say grab them for your kids. But other than that, I don't really recommend them, because I think they might have been just at this point too old to do their job correctly, and that's nobody's fault. But yeah, they do look pretty cool, so maybe there'll be some good like desk candy. Like I'll have this cup with them on my desk. But yeah, so that's my verdict. Get them for your kids if you find them cheap. If not, just pass them up. But yeah. Oh, that's cute. Where is my cat? Where are you? She has a whole comfortable bed that she can lay on, and she chooses the floor. But yeah, so if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it, and that will give you access to my new videos every time I make them. I make videos every Sunday, and leave me a comment telling me your opinion on these pens or any other cheap pens that you found at the thrift store or on clearance. Tell me how they turned out. Yeah, bye.